sunflowers are huge. These are the Hopi sunflowers and the American giants. So this is what the purple asparagus looks like when it matures. It kind of does this ombre effect and ends up turning green at the top. It's pretty amazing. A lot of them are blooming now, and some of them are going to seed, the female ones. This is what the asparagus seed pods look like. Pretty cool. I'll definitely be seed saving from those. It's always a good idea to seed save from your asparagus if you're wanting to expand your asparagus patch, because in that little seed is all the information from the mother plant, and that seed's going to be used to growing in your climate, so they'll do even better than the mother plants. But look at this. So much asparagus in there, and everything's looking good. I got to give this a deep water today because you want to give your asparagus at least 2 inches of water per week. Look at this little guy. So we're still getting spears coming up, and we should continue getting spears all through summer and fall up until the first hard frost. The cottage garden is coming along. Don't those glads look so much better with all the mulch and the beans? And I already have to do another string for the bean trellis because look at these guys. They are just climbing up. This one is already way past the point of needing a second string, or a third string, I should say. So those are doing really well. Super happy about these. These are the blue Hilda beans, by the way. So see what Garrett's doing. I'm sure he's up to no good. Let me turn this around. Oh, this is a fashion statement right there. Nice. What you doing out here?
Just trying to clean up.
He said he saw a snake down here.
Yeah.
What kind of snake?
I don't know, a little...
A grass snake?
Grass snake or chicken snake.
Or a copperhead? He's looking for that snake. So this is the area where our pumpkins are going. I was gonna plant them today, but I think I'm gonna wait a little bit. Garrett's gonna be cleaning up this fence line, getting rid of all those weeds and that pokeberry. Ugh. Do you guys hate pokeberry as much as I do? I swear I loathe pokeberry. You guys, look what we got. 4 new chickens, all pullets. For Rip over there, he's so happy because he's been the lone chicken for a long time. You guys don't know this, but when we got pregnant with Fallon, we got rid of most of our farm animals, pretty much all of them except for Rip. So we're starting over with chickens now that Fallon's a little bit older. She just turned 1. So we got 4 pullets. 2 of them are Easter eggers, or olive eggers actually, and 2 of them are black copper marins. So we're super excited, and we're going to be adding more to this flock as we build them up. But for now, this is a good number, and they're about 4 to 5 months old. So they'll be laying in a couple months. And these are the future cut zinnias. So excited! I seeded these about 4 to 5 days ago, and they've come up pretty well so far. There's some more up here. These are more ground cherries in that tray, and there's some down there. And these are actually, believe it or not, these are the backup plants because I am direct sowing all of my zinnia rows, but I like to start backup plants in case some of them don't make it and I have empty spots to fill in. So I think I did 40 plants per color as backup plants, so there's 40 backups. And then if I don't use all of those, of course I'm going to plant them everywhere around the property because you never have enough zinnias on your property, right? And this Rubbermaid is full of some amazing future videos that we're going to share really soon. It's kind of our little treasure box. And the sunflowers are getting so big. Look at this. Love it. I cannot wait for these to be in bloom. So you can see the Peggy Martin is even coming inside of the chicken run, which is totally fine. We're happy with that. Happy about that, I guess. Chickens like it. Sometimes you'll catch them eating the petals, which they're not toxic to them, so that's okay. And I think there's actually a chicken inside the feeder right now. The market garden is looking great. I just put in some climbing beans or pole beans in here, and they're actually a red silk bean, red noodle beans, and yard long beans. I haven't put the T-posts in yet, but you can see they're a little bit yellow, and they were yellow when I put them in because I had left them in the seed tray a little bit too long while I was waiting for this row to go in, so that's why. But they are starting to green up pretty well. You can see there in the middle the new growth is nice and green, so hopefully it stays that way. The regular green beans are looking really good. Tomatoes are huge. We have to put another string up soon because some of them are like laying over the string. You can kind of see them in there, how they're kind of like laying over. So we have to do that. We've been doing a lot of stuff on the property lately, just doing a lot of garden cleanup and cleaning up the property after winter, picking up all the trash and all the old remnants of things from last season that we left out in a pile. We're trying to get all that cleaned up. So we're trying to balance things between the garden and property cleanup. There's a bunch of Ichiban eggplants that are gonna be ready here pretty soon. So super excited about that. Some more down there, some more here, and of course my favorite part of eggplants is their very pretty blooms. This is my Peggy Martin rose behind me, and I just weeded it the other day. But the grass is already still coming up on the ends here. It usually will crowd out the grass, so nothing will come up, like no weeds or anything like that. But sometimes, like when we prune it, the grass comes up on the edges and then we have to go in and pull it out. But it's not a big deal. The grass comes out really easily, but look how pretty it is. So much pink.
Hey guys, here's the Peggy Martin rose that we propagated a couple years ago. And I just want to give an update on how it's doing. And as you can see, it's doing really well in this spot. It's got tons of blooms on it this year, and I'm really happy with this thing. One thing I want to show you guys is, check this out. So look at this main stem. This thing is huge. The one thing that we love about this rose is the amount of blooms that are on this thing. Right now it's just probably less than a quarter of the blooms, and it's already pretty. So it's gonna keep going throughout the spring, and sometimes it'll bloom twice in the year. You just never know, but it's loaded right now. Sometimes it'll bloom all spring, summer, and fall. So this thing is a performer. Another thing to point out is the variations of colors of pinks that you'll get from this rose. If you look down here, this one has a light pink, almost a pale off-white. And then in the center here is a bright pink. And then I have also found just a white rose on this side over here. It's got a little bit of pink in the center, but mostly white. So we like the variations. All right, I also want to show y'all ones that I've dug up of the Peggy Martin and propagated over here. And let me show you. I think I did 5 similar to, from the same plant as that one over there. But I have one here, and this is about the size of that rose that I transplanted it from over there a few years ago. So hopefully in a couple of years these will be lined up all the way along the fence, and it'll shade out some of this other stuff that we get. We get like this brambleberry, dewberry, a lot of the pokeberry we're gonna try to get rid of. Here's another one. This one actually, it went into shock a little bit, but it's bounced back. I made sure to water it every day. Right now it seems I've got mulch on it, a little bit dry on the surface, but if you dig your finger down there, it's pretty moist down there, so I'm gonna let this one ride. If you notice it starting to suffer, go ahead and keep watering it. But I think now they perked back up and they're starting to do their thing. So a good thing about this rose is it is very vigorous. You don't have to really do much to it. It's gonna take off and do its thing. All right, if you guys ever see a Peggy Martin rose at the nursery, go ahead and pick it up. You will not be disappointed. That's all we have for today. I hope you enjoyed seeing the progress, the updates of the Peggy Martin rose, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye. Are you hungry now?
I'm starving.
What do you want to eat?
Chicken.
Chicken. Live chicken.
What?
Just kidding. I showed him your chickens today.
Oh, did you?
Yep.